Hello again, my faithful YouTube droogles. It's Dave Shalito from Business Model Mastery with another insight of the week to help you succeed in business or in life. Or this time round, just something to think about, because this week's insight isn't about a business model per se. It's more a societal observation for you to ponder that'll probably make you more interesting at parties. Who wouldn't want that yet? And it's about punching the rich. Now, whoa, before you think I'm talking about fisticuffs, tain't so. The Punch of which I speak is the old Punch magazine. I don't know if you're familiar with Punch magazine. My viewers tend to skew older, so you may well. But Punch, or the London Charivari as it was first known, was a British weekly magazine of humour and satire, which was established in 1841 by a guy called Henry Mayhew and his friend the wood engraver Ebenezer Landels. A bit of history for you there. This was very, very popular magazine in the 1850s because, well, not because, but it also helped to coin the term cartoon in the modern sense because of its hilarious and humorous illustrations. These were colour illustrations. Of course, this is all before photography, so these were all hand-drawn, right? All pencil drawings. And they depicted the common tropes of the day, such as back then, the wealthy were always drawn as being fat, right? This obviously signified abundance, the ability to indulge in gluttony and access to food. The European aristocracy would powder their faces to make them paler, and they'd also grow their, especially the Italians, would grow their pinky fingernails long. Both of these statements said to everybody, first of all, I don't work in the fields, I don't go outdoors, and so would never have the sun sully my complexion, or nor would I have to break a nail through manual labour, right? It wasn't easy to pretend to be wealthy because in those days, before the Industrial Revolution, if you were a worker, you worked outside in the sun, and also you couldn't grow a fingernail. Now, interestingly, the opposite indicated poverty or a life of lack, right? So these people were drawn as being skinny, scrawny, underweight, low body fat, right? Their faces were blackened with soot, or at least darkened from working outdoors in the sun. Now, many a Punch cartoon featured some variation of the big, fat, cigar-chomping factory owner or you know, economist or globalist booming down orders on the lowly, skinny, malnourished, barely clothed, sooty-faced urchin worker. That's how it was. The rich were big and fat, and the poor were skinny and thin with dark faces. Now, fast forward to modern times, these modern times, and I find it very, very interesting that these totems have all been largely reversed. All been largely. That doesn't sit well. Now it's the poor of pocket who waddle round supermarkets with their pasty white bellies and muffin tops hanging out, with their shopping carts chock full of cheap food, usually carbohydrates that they consume with abandon. That makes them fat. And it's the wealthy that covet the low body fat, six-pack, slim-toned, tanned limbs of the catalogue model. What a reversal. It's the wealthy that can afford to eat a high-protein diet and that shun the starches and the sugars that now fill the pauper's table. In the days of Punch, the poor had to walk everywhere. They had to. But today, it's a luxury of time and income to indulge yourself in daily cardio on a rolling road treadmill. I call it the road to nowhere, falling forward on the hurry-up, right? Today, the poor attempt to imitate the totems of wealth with excess bling, jewellery, false tans. Now, I don't know about you, but I find this reversal very, very interesting. I'm not sure what it says, but it's an interesting thing, isn't it? Of course, there are notable exceptions to everything I've just said, but as I like to say, those exceptions prove the rule by being notable exceptions. Capiche? Just something to think about. That is this week's insight. Remember, most business problems are just the owner's personal problems manifest in their business, as I like to say. If you like this kind of content, please do say so by clicking the like button, share, comment and subscribe to the channel. But more importantly, come and visit me at businessmodelmastery.com. I'll see you there. Thanks.